What's going on to all of my Aquarius out there? How y'all doing? So, the cards that I come up with for you Aquarius, I gotta get a new ring light. To be honest with you, I gotta get a new ring light. This ring light, this stuff ain't really working for me. So for you Aquarius, right? I'm gonna get me a new one. But for you Aquarius, you have the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Emperor, the Nine of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, the Empress, Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, and last but not least, the Temperance. So what I'm seeing here for you, right? What I'm seeing here for you, Aquarius, is the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Emperor. So for you Aquarius just want to be left alone right now and work on yourselves, work on your money, kind of taking a break from dating right now. Some of you Aquarius may even realize how much money it costs to date, because so many people talking about they want to go out and on $100 dates, $200, $400 dates. But I'm sure that you Aquarius are not doing that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is you're starting to realize, on one level that a lot of people out here playing games. And on another level, a lot of you Aquarius are starting to realize that maybe it's wisest for you as of right now to take a break as you are doing it. Because a lot of you Aquarius also understand that you need to focus on yourself, right? Because sometimes you can date so many people. You go out on all these first dates, especially if you're spending money, any kind of money whatsoever, right? Well, a lot of that stuff adds up. If you're planning on, even something like taking somebody to Taco Bell, if you trying to get to know five different people, six different people or whatever, you know, within 2 weeks, you're eating a lot of junk food. So a lot of times you have to take into consideration that you Aquarius understand right now that dating people as of right now may not necessarily be the move. You want to essentially get yourself some rest, relax, right? Um, relax from all of the dysfunction that you may have faced. The potential, people talking about how they got somebody even when they don't, the games that's being played, and just essentially, settle into what you've got here. The Nine of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, right? The Nine of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is a card where it's more about distress. It's more about knowing that something, it's more about stress. It's more about something happened to you, right? That has happened to you or is happening now that you essentially have to get over. You have to dispel. You have to get rid of, right? But then at the same time, you know, starting somewhere, but at the same time wanting it to just be over with already, right? The anxious nervousness. And then the thing is, well, the anxiety and the things that the Three of Pentacles represents. You, like I said before, a lot of you Aquarius want a relationship. A lot of people don't know that Aquarius really do want love. They do, right? A lot of Aquarius really do want love, but the thing is that a lot of you Aquarius are also afraid of it. Some of y'all can be afraid of it, but this is not the situation that's happening for y'all. This is not that. You're not afraid of it. What's going on with some of you Aquarius that I am reading for, right? That resonates with this. This is more so about how a lot of you Aquarius are really going through something where you want a relationship, but you're just meeting people who are really not really serious. Because one of the things, sorry, that I was eating chips before this, but one of the things that a lot of you Aquarius realize the hard way, the difficult way through experience, that a lot of people are not real, is by really interacting with people and trying to get to know them. And, you know, to be quite honest with you, Aquarius, part of what makes y'all so cold is your heart getting crushed a lot of times by just the reality of situations, and how a lot of you Aquarius thought of it, the idea, how a lot of you Aquarius are really thinking about the idea and kind of learning how to let go of how flawed people can be in actuality, because instead of them looking towards the idea, right, you them understanding the bigger picture, that it's about love and being in a relationship and building from there, so that, you know, future generations, right, eventually, because you reproduce future generations to have something. So many people are interested in shining and having a trophy right now instead of building one, you know, instead of earning one, so to speak, earning a life. Their trophy, I'm salivating, sorry. Their trophy is their life, you know? But then the thing is that the Ace of Wands is about, oh, by the way, if you're finding value in this reading, it means it's time for you to come get personal reading from me. My website, which you can get any one of my services, or I should say a lot of my tarot reading services, as well as my Instagram page in which you can follow me, my Teespring store in which you can get any one of my apparel, from pants, shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, right? As well as check that out, buy something if you want, as well as the link to my books that are on Amazon, right, are all in the comment section below. Like I said before, I am working on a link tree to put it up underneath one banner. So then you have the Ace of Wands, right? And the Ace of Wands is about how this is a situation for you where the Ace of Wands is, so it's all about that ideal. It's all about that reaching towards that perfection. And I'm not saying that it's bad. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that it's a good thing. But the struggle, Aquarius, is the fact that people are not a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people are not searching for that ideal. They're not trying to go after excellence. They too busy on here being on some BS. And you Aquarius know that. So the Empress in the Four of Pentacles represents, so you being in a situation where a lot of you need to understand that what you've got going on is, the next thing for you Aquarius to do is to just kind of continue to take your break, and don't try to even date anybody right now, because your perspective still may be quite stubborn, right? And when you step out into the dating pool, when you get into it, so to speak, right, like analogous to a pool, you want to make sure that you're prepared for the temperature of the water. You understand? So you don't want to be out here being ice cold or colder than the temperature of the water, right? You just think that everybody is playing games, and what's the point? You don't want to do that. What you Aquarius should want to do, because you're going to do whatever you want, but what you Aquarius should want to do is get to know people, but also understand that even though you're getting to know people, you need to pay attention to the things that the character flaws, and stay away from those things. Then you have the Lovers and the Temperance. The Lovers and the Temperance is one of the things that is great is when somebody wants to learn about you. So some of the things is when they're asking you questions. Of course, with that though, you have to be able to know when someone is asking you questions to conform to being your own fantasy of what you just told them that you wished someone was like, because they're trying to coax you or entice you or tempt you into being in a relationship with them, right? That's one thing. But you should also understand the difference between when someone is doing that, between genuine interest, when they are their own selves, they are their own person, but they're listening to what it is that you have to say to understand if the two of you ultimately have the same values. There's a difference. So let's clarify the temperance. Let's clarify the temperance. So you have Matter of fact, let's continue to shuffle it up even better, because I just want to make sure, because some cards fell out, but I just want to make sure that, okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Swords, right? So the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Cups, again, you want to make sure that your effort towards getting to know the person, Ace of Swords, right, King of Swords, is reciprocated, to where you can ask them the same thing too. You can ask them some questions sometimes and find out where their head is. Ask these people what's their perspective, right? And ask them to explain that type of stuff. And then sit back and see if it's really real. So, because sometimes, I'm telling you, that's another thing too, because we got a lot of chameleons out here, regardless of who it is, regardless of who's doing it. Trust me, because both sides has chameleons. Because you will think that only one side has chameleons. No, both sides has chameleons. Trust me, because a chameleon in the sense of dating, right, or trusting, is a person that essentially asks other people what do they think, so that they can conform to that as they're listening to what the other person has to say. But then this is why it is I'm such a proponent of asking people what do they think at first, or asking them questions in a different way, right? For you to be able to understand their perspective. Because if their perspective is made up within the given time and moment, right? This is what they really thought about this, then their perspective ultimately shouldn't really change as far as the core value. But if their values change according to the question, then you know that they're essentially faking it and they're being a chameleon. Because I've caught a couple of people doing that myself. But that's pretty much it. My people's in the background is cooking. I gotta bounce. Peace.